It's time for accumulation. It's time for accumulation. It's time for accumulating. Ooh, it's time for accumulating. Ooh, you need to an educator. Yeah, I'm your platform partner, your hustler homie Jackson. All about helping you take action. And right now we're going to get into this crypto talk. We're going to do a real quick market overview for Friday. Forgive me for the delay that you may see in my stream. We're in the process of upgrading equipment, but we're not going to stop this thing because we're living the dream. All right. If you want to support the channel, hit the cash app below. Also, get that book series, Shut Up and Hustle by 5. Make sure you share them with your 5 closest friends who are millionaires. That's how you establish relationships, because when you help others, you enrich yourself. With that being said, let's go directly into what's going on in the crypto market. I want to ask you a question. Where do you think we are right now in terms of the technology? Do you think we're very advanced right now? And I want you to really answer that question rhetorically. And I'm going to give you my opinion. I think we are in a stone age right now. I think we are 300 years from now, people are going to look back at today and they're going to say, man, that was the most primitive level of technology. Like, it's going to be like child's play. Okay. Compared to where things are going to be at. You know, people talk about the cryptocurrency market. They look at the blockchain. They say, well, man, it's all brand new. It's the wild, wild west. I can't understand how this stuff is going to work. But you got to understand this. The internet within itself is still in the wild, wild west. It's still very young and very primitive. Until we get to a place where somebody can be in the middle of the desert in Africa by themselves and they can immediately be able to just download whatever they need directly to their cyborg body part. Until we get to that point, you know, we're not that advanced yet. We're really not. We're at the infancy stage. People need to be able to download stuff instantaneously all across the planet. You got to think, we're still in a place where majority of the planet, we got 8 million people on the planet, and over half of the people don't have access to even bank accounts. The other half who do have bank accounts, they don't have quality banking. Think about you. Think about how many times you try to go to the bank, and if you got bad credit, they don't even let you open up bank accounts over here in America. So there is huge opportunities for blockchain technology. So this is the infancy stage, the beginning, right? We're at the early stages of this whole technology growth pattern that we're going into. Remember, this is the beginning of the age of Aquarius, right? We ain't even all the way into it yet. So with that being said, this is the time for what? It's time for accumulation. It's time for accumulation. But you got to know what you're accumulating. You got to be smart and savvy. Understand, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you a little bit about the journey and my research on what I'm just thinking and considering. And you guys understand, it's very risky when you're doing anything financial. Do your own due diligence, do your research. Okay. With that being said, let's go directly into some news first. First of all, I want to share with you this. For those who don't know, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like the page. Over here, we talk about value investing when it comes to any type of asset. We're looking at long term. We're not looking at just getting rich quickly, but we want to show you how you can find the maximum amount of gain short term, but also quality so that you can hold on to it long term, so that you're not risking yourself and being exposed and just losing your bag. We don't want you to lose your bag. Same way, you know, you see I lost my hair. We don't want you to have your scalp licked because you're stressed out here in these streets. So you know, one coin I want to highlight before we get into the news is I want to highlight Hex. I got to highlight the Hex token. We got to highlight Hex token because it is an amazing, superb tokenomics that you should learn about, study. It's very cheap right now, in my personal opinion, at 13 cents. I think it's very cheap. It's one of the highest growing assets, period, is the Hex token. You can get involved in that post chain right now. I got videos all about it. We got to highlight Hex. Also, I want to highlight Tailcoin. Got to highlight them as well. Tailcoin is another amazing potential product. I like Tailcoin because, look, these guys are looking to work on payments, payment systems, but they're looking to solve a big problem by working with the cell phone telecommunications companies. Okay, a lot of people who've gotten very wealthy, they did it through telecommunications. All right, and we got to understand the good thing about telecommunications is you don't need to do KYC, meaning you don't have to show your ID and all of that. So it's easy to onboard and bring new people on because most people got a cell phone, right? I know little kids 8 years old with iPhones, right? So the fact that they get immediately, if they can be able to do crypto directly through their phone, that makes this stuff not only easier to adapt, but it's going to be better, in my opinion, than stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just my opinion. No shot to those two, but if you're looking to really make big money, I say, look at some of these smaller caps that are very solid leadership, solid announcements, solid teams, because that's where you get larger results. Okay, Tailcoin is, we're going to shout them out. Do your research on Tailcoin as well. I got videos showing you how to get active and involved with them. Make sure you sign up with those classes as well. Shout out to Tailcoin. Also, of course, we always talk about XRP, Ripple. We talk about XDC as well, and XLM. Okay, and don't forget ADA. We'll talk about that in a whole nother day. That Cardano, I don't want to confuse you today, but let's get to the news without any further delay. Shout out to you for still tuning in. So I want to take a look at this really quick. Bitcoin ATMs, Circle K is working with, they got a new deal where these convenience stores, Circle K, which is basically the gas stations, they're going to have basically Bitcoin ATMs in all of the Circle Ks, or at least majority of them, based on this new deal they just cut. Now, what does this mean? Right? If you got Bitcoin ATMs all over the country, right, and these gas stations, to those people that go into the gas stations, so crypto is going to be way more normalized, but we're seeing it's way more accepted. So this is no longer a space where I think it's a scam, or I don't know if I want to get into it. Look, crypto's here to stay, whether you like it or not. The question is, when are you going to get activated? And then how are you going to make your exit strategies when you make them? And that's a whole nother conversation. Now, here's my opinion when I look at stuff like Circle K or Bitcoin ATMs. You got to ask yourself, who makes money off of ATMs? Well, it's not going to be the person who's buying the Bitcoin. It's going to be the ATM service. So if you want to be the boss in a situation, get into the business of owning your own Bitcoin ATMs. That's where the money's at. It's not being a consumer buying the Bitcoin, because when you're buying Bitcoin from an ATM, you're paying way higher fees. Most time you're going to have to give up way more information that you may not want to give up, right? And with your KYC, but that's a whole nother story. But not only that, we got to realize most of crypto, when you're going into Bitcoin, in my opinion, it's really not crypto, in my opinion. What do I mean by that? Crypto assets are really initially were about empowering people and allowing peer-to-peer transactions, right? And making fees cheaper. So if you're going to a Bitcoin ATM, those fees are more expensive and it's not peer-to-peer, all right? You're getting the money from a middleman and it's at a higher fee. So to me, that's not crypto. This is why I like coins like Hex, because you're going peer-to-peer, more decentralized. So that's something to consider. No knock to Bitcoin at all. I think it's important to have a little bit, but you just got to be realistic with your expectations with coins like Bitcoin. So shout out to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just be aware of this special K rollout and how you can get involved by maybe getting your own Bitcoin ATMs, putting them in your own stores. That's what I would think about, okay, if it was me. All right. Other things in the news. Also, let's look at Binance US. Binance is looking to do an IPO. They want to go public. Now, if you don't know, right, this is a huge opportunity. One, if you don't know, Coinbase did the first IPO of a cryptocurrency company. And this is, which made Coinbase the largest digital asset bank on the planet, right? When Coinbase went public, it went for over like $200 billion, and people got extremely rich to being the largest digital bank on the planet. And not only that, but what it did what it also did with Coinbase is it really made crypto way more legitimate, and it really is beginning to help with regulation. how does this impact Binance? Now, Binance, if they're going public, this could be a huge opportunity for those who are holding on into the BNB token. It could be a huge price spike because if we look at the past, Bitcoin went up to $60,000 in April of 2020, mostly based on the hype of Coinbase going public. Once Coinbase went public, that's when you saw the dip from $60,000 Bitcoin, and now it's coming. We've been going down ever since. So people and these investors, remember, they buy based on the news. They buy, prices go pump up. Typically when news and IPOs are coming out, and usually when they come out, that's when prices come down. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, okay? Understand the risk. But my opinion, I think this is a huge opportunity. Binance, meaning the price may go up if they're really taking this IPO serious. So you want to stay in tune with that. Binance, in my opinion, is here to stay. And you just got to be very careful if you're trading on that Binance chain because it's a lot of scams that's available. But I do believe that's going to be fixed eventually. And also make sure you learn about that BSC pad token as well, which is the launch pad. But that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that in another video. But shout out to Binance and what they're doing. Understand the risks that come with Binance as well. A lot of shady characters. A lot of people don't like Binance because it's centralized. And some people have signed up with accounts and been locked out of their accounts. So be aware that Binance has taken people's money in the past. That is an issue. But, you know, you understand the risk that comes when you're in this crypto space. All right. Be aware, be aware, be aware. All right, outside of that, let's keep going to the news. Let's look at these charts a little bit. So we're looking at just in general charts. Now, I don't, I go over this stuff because it really doesn't matter long term. Because if you're a long-term value holder, you're not concerned with the day-to-day prices like that. But I still like to cover this because, one, if you're brand new, you get an opportunity to look at these tokens to find maybe a good entry point for yourself. But two, it's good to know about new tokens and what's happening in the market. So it gives us the opportunity to talk about projects just by looking at what's going on. All right. So let's go through the coin. Right now I'm looking at CoinGecko, one of the greatest tools you can use in cryptocurrency, in my opinion. All right, when I'm looking at CoinGecko, so we're looking at the charts right now. We see Bitcoin is, of course, we're sitting. Let's look at the overall market cap, where we're at. Overall market cap is 1.3 trillion. Okay, the market's going through a little bit of pump right now. There's potential where the market could definitely still dump again this year and do a huge correction. So yes, we can still see a lot of volatility in this market, even though prices are up right now. It could just be a trap. So be very, very careful if you're out here trading or, but if you're long term, it doesn't matter for you as much. If you know you're going to be holding on to these tokens for like 3 to 5 years, then the short term stuff doesn't matter. But we see Ethereum up. Keep in mind, we got that post-chain token getting ready to come out in about 30 days. You got about 11 days left to get the biggest airdrop on the planet with Ethereum. If you want to learn more about that, hit me up in the comment section or sign up for the classes and the consulting. I get you advice on that. Not advice, but information, I'll say. Also, shout out to Binance Coin. You see they're down 286 bucks. This is down right now. Shout out to Pancake Swap, still moving strong. Great way to earn passive income. Cardano again is at $1.17. And keep in mind, Cardano has smart contracts coming up soon. If you don't know, you can get activated in the what is it called? Card Starter. Cardano has the new launch pad that's coming out as well, where you can be able to get the new projects before they come out. So we'll talk about that on other videos. The question is, how soon will smart contracts come out with Cardano? Okay. XRP, 59 cents. I think this is a great opportunity at 59 cents. Once this lawsuit is over, people are debating that, Cardano, XRP could be one of the hugest opportunities of all the crypto right now, outside of Hex. In my opinion, XRP and Hex are like brother and sister, king and queen, in my personal opinion. They both are dealing with finance. USD coin is doing what it's doing. Also, Uniswap will really good DEX. That's one of the top DEXs right now. They just did an airdrop a while back. You can get some free Unitone coin as well. when you participate in this post-chain airdrop. What else we got? Stellar. I love to always shout out Stellar as well. At 25 cent, they're looking to take over and be the blockchain that provides the central, the CBDCs, which are the central government coins, like the USD coins. That stuff potentially will work on stuff like Stellar and XRP. This is just speculation on my end, so do your own research. But these are coins that, in my opinion, are great to have long term to be a part of. Also, we're looking at VeChain right here, 6 cent. I think that's a great buy, especially right now with so much stuff being shipped out via Amazon. I mean, everybody's ordering stuff on Amazon. You know how most people don't want to go to stores. We're seeing people getting robbed at stores all across the country. So VeChain is doing the tracking and supply chain. And so this is a great opportunity in my view. VeChain is something well worth researching, getting you some action. Okay, do your research. Terra, shout out to Terra. It hasn't really moved much. Pancake Swap is moving up, $13 for Pancake. Shout out to Pancake Swap, moving up. Graph, a lot of people like Graph. I'm not a big fan. Safe Moon, I still believe that Safe Moon is a very risky project. A lot of people call it a scam, and I would not touch SafeMoon, but do your own research. It's very risky. One of my favorite coins and projects, Elron, eGold. Shout out to eGold. You don't know, this is the squad right here at 77 bucks. Learn about it. Learn about it. Get you some. Know the risks that come with it. Thorchain, they recently had another hack. Okay, I believe they just lost another $8 million due to some sort of hack that just happened recently. So be aware. XDC Network, shout out. If you don't know about XDC, you better get involved. I talk about them. This is one of the hugest opportunities in crypto. If I was to say there was like out of 10 coins, like major, massive opportunities, I would say XDC is one of them. XDC. We'll talk more about details of what that is later in a whole nother video, but huge opportunity. And then we got Tailcoin right here as well. Both of these are still under the 1 billion mark. So I think these are still priced very well. 15 cent for Tailcoin. Shout out to Tailcoin and XDC as well. So with that being said, Harmony as well. Shout out to Harmony. So look, I just want to share some quick crypto news with you. We just go over a little bit of that. We're not going to get too activated on these charts because it's a Friday. Look, keep in mind this. You cannot outwork inflation. I don't care how much money you have today. Every dollar that you have is being depreciated in value because they're constantly printing helicopter money. More money every day is decreasing the value. Your money's like an ice cube melting in your hand unless you put it to work. So you want to find opportunities where you can put your money to work. I'm not giving you the financial advice telling you what to do, but you need to use your common sense to know that it's better to be able to get some of this money activated, okay, with the right coins, not just waiting on the price to go up, but involved in projects that are where you can create some sort of passive income, just like it's a real estate property, okay? You can do that through some form of, whether it be yield farming, pooling tokens with a pancake swap. There's a variety of ways that you can do it. Hex, where you earn interest, was kind of like a certificate of deposit. So do your research on these projects because your money has to work for you. But then you also want some type of plan as well, where, okay, if you had this money, let's say you got $1 million, what are you going to do with it? Okay, you got to have some type of plan, a give back plan, strategy where you're sharing it with the world, sharing it with your community, and also sharing it with your family and giving them to them in doses, right? Because you don't want to give a starving person too much food at one time because then they may hurt themselves. So when you're giving money to your children, you want to have some type of plan, like a trust fund where they're getting a little bit at a time. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but consider that so that way the second generation of wealth is not all lost, right? It can go 5 generations down. So have a plan, work on that, stay consistent, and remember, also keep your health at the front of everything that you're doing, okay? Also, make sure y'all get that book series, Shut Up and Hustle. Like, really, support the channel. We want to drop this stuff, giving you all type of game. So many folks that are really having great opportunities to succeed here by just getting active in this. Remember, I told you guys about so many of these coins a long time ago, telling people about Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP 4 years ago. All right. If you want to get involved and stay ahead of the game, becoming the crypto rookie of the year, sign up with the classes. The links are below. Okay. Get activated. That's how you learn. And that's also how you begin to earn. So don't be afraid to make the mistakes, because that is what's going to make you great. Contribute to the channel. You see the links, hit that Cash App below. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.